Good day everyone, I'm Teacher Justin, and for today we're going to apply factoring difference of two squares. So, in getting the factors of difference of two squares, we're going to apply the following step. So, let's have our first example. We have b squared minus 64. So, para ma-factor natin to, our first step is for us to prepare our two groups. Okay? Yung factors nila. Then, ang step-by-step procedure natin in getting the factors of a difference of two squares is first, get the square root of the first term. So, the square root of b squared is b. So, lalagay natin yung square root ni b squared sa first term ng bawat group. So, maglalagay tayo ng b dito, maglalagay tayo ng another b here. Okay, next, we get the last term and get the square root of that last term. So, we get the square root of 64. So, the square root of 64 is 8. Pukopyahin natin yan at ilalagay natin sa last term ng bawat group. So, we will have 8 here sa first group natin. Sa second group naman, 8. And last step natin is we will have one group that has an operation na addition. And another group, the second group, will have subtraction as their operation. And that's it. That will be the factor of our polynomial b squared minus 64. It will be equal to the quantity b plus 8 times the quantity b minus 8. Tada! Alright. Okay, let's have another example. So for example, we have to factor m raised to 6 minus n raised to 4. Take note that m raised to 6 is perfect square and n raised to 4 is also a perfect square variable. Let's apply the step-by-step procedure. Our first step is preparing the two grouping symbol. Okay, so na-prepare na natin yung grouping symbol natin. Let's get the square root of the first term, m raised to 6. Now, take note on how to get the square root of a variable. So, we will divide the exponent 6 by 2 if we're going to get the square root. So, m raised to 6 divided by 2. So, 6 divided by 2, the answer to that is 3. So, we will have the first term of each group will be equal to m raised to 3. So, lalagay natin yung m raised to 3 sa bawat first term ng group. Okay. Next is, let's get the square root of the last term. So, the square root of the last term, so square root of n raised to 4. So, again, we copy the base, the variable, and divide the exponent by 2. So, n raised to 4 divided by 2. So, 4 divided by 2 will give us n raised to 2. Ayan. Now, we will copy n squared and place it sa last term ng bawat group. So, we have n squared sa first group, n squared sa last group. And our last step is placing the addition symbol sa first group and subtraction symbol sa second group. And that's it. That will be our factor of this binomial. M raised to 6 minus n raised to 4 will be equal to the quantity m cubed plus n squared times the quantity m cubed minus n squared. Tada! Alright. Okay, let's proceed to our third item. So, let's factor 16c squared minus 25. In factoring difference of two squares, our first step is for us to prepare two groups. So, handa na natin yung dalawang groups natin. Okay? Then, let's get the square root of the first term, okay, which is 16c squared. So, the square root of 16 is 4. The square root of c squared is c. So, that will give us 4c. Ayan. Tapos, lalagay natin si 4c sa first term ng bawat group. So, we have 4c in the first term of the first group, 4c sa first term ng second group. Then, let's get the square root of the last term, which is 25. So, the square root of 25 is equal to 5. So, lagay natin yung 5 sa bawat last term ng group natin. So, we have 5 in our first group and another 5 din sa second group. Then, the operation between 4c and 5c will be different. Isang addition at isang subtraction. And we will have the factor of 16c squared minus 25, which will be equal to the quantity 4c plus 5 times the quantity 4c minus 5. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Okay, let's proceed to our fourth item. So let's get the factors of 9m raised to 6 n squared minus 4x raised to 8y raised to 12. Okay, so since they are difference of two squares, ang gagawin natin is our first step, which is to prepare our two groups. Then, let's get the square root of the first term. So, yung square root of 9m raised to 6 n raised to 2. So, we get the square root of each factor. So, the square root of 9m raised to 6 n raised to 2 will be equal to 3m cubed n. That will be the first term of each group. So, lagay natin si 3m cubed n sa ating first group at second group. Then, let's get the square root of our last term. So, we get the square root of 4x raised to 8, y raised to 12. And that will give us 2x raised to 4, y raised to 6. So, let's place 2x raised to 4, y raised to 6 sa last term ng bawat group. So, we have 2x raised to 4, y raised to 6 in the first group, and ganun din sa last group. And our last step will be having addition symbol sa first group natin and subtraction symbol naman sa second group. And that's it. That will be the factor of our polynomial. It will be the quantity 3m cubed n plus 2x raised to 4y raised to 6 times the quantity 3m cubed n minus 2x raised to 4y raised to 6. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Okay, let's have our fifth item. Let's factor this expression. So, since we have difference of two squares, okay, our first step is for us to prepare our two groups. So, ihanda natin yung dalawang groups natin. Then, let's proceed to our next step, which is getting the square root of the first term. So, the square root of the first term, which is the squared quantity of x plus y. So, yung square root niya will be x plus y. So, paano nangyari yon? Since we are getting the square root of this group, and this group is being raised to 2, i-divide natin si 2 by the index 2. So, 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. So, na-cancel out yung ating exponent na 2 at yung ating index at radical. Therefore, ang matitira will be x plus y. Okay? So, we will place the quantity x plus y sa first term ng bawat group. So, we have x plus y there and another x plus y sa second group. Then, let's proceed to getting the square root of the last term, which is 144. So, the square root of 144 is equal to 12. So, we will have 12 sa first group and another 12 sa second group. Our next step is placing the addition symbol and subtraction symbol. So, magkaiba yung operations nila. So, isang addition at isang subtraction. Okay. So, let's simplify this. So, the factor of our polynomial will be x plus y plus 12 times the quantity x plus y minus 12. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. And that is it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have comments, questions, recommendations, suggestions for my next video, please leave them in our comment section below. Share this video and subscribe. And for more videos like this, you can go to my channel, Teacher Justin. And that is it for today. Again, I'm Teacher Justin. Goodbye, God bless, and stay safe. See you on my next video. Peace.